Hello everybody, welcome to the Empressive channel. Now there has been some groundbreaking updates with Cassie's lawsuit against Diddy. Diddy actually settled with Cassie. Cassie was suing him for $30 million and she accused him of all types of stuff. In fact, I went into detail about it in my previous video, and I also linked the 35-page lawsuit in the comment section of my video, and the details were just horrific. Absolutely horrific, and it really bothered my spirit. Like, it took me a while to just kind of process it and get over it, because I felt traumatized reading through it, because Diddy put Cassie through hell. I mean, he tortured this woman, unbelievable torture. And it's extremely telling that Diddy didn't even try to fight this case. He didn't even countersue for defamation or anything. He didn't even want it to go to trial and defend his name. He just settled because he knew that everything Cassie said in that lawsuit was true. And his lawyer is now coming out saying that him settling doesn't mean he's admitting to any guilt. Diddy is guilty. I don't care what nobody says, he's guilty. And while I am glad that Cassie got compensated, I will say I am a bit disappointed that this case was closed so quickly. I was hoping it would lead to a criminal investigation. In fact, it was said that the NYPD was actually looking to do a secret investigation on Diddy. However, when the news leaked, somehow, some way, this investigation stopped. And now Diddy settled. So Diddy was able to use his money and power to get away with his crimes. And honestly, I am disappointed about that. However, I'm not upset with Cassie. I think Cassie did exactly what she needed to do in this situation. In New York, the statute of limitations is like 5 years. So they give you 5 years to press criminal charges. And I think Cassie wasn't able to press those charges in time. But New York did pass an Adult Survivors Act that actually increases the time for victims to file civil lawsuits. So Cassie decided to file a civil lawsuit, and she did it when Diddy's guard was down. I don't think he expected it or saw it coming. I think if she tried to do it earlier, she probably would have wound up missing like Diddy's ex, Kim Porter. Rest in peace to Kim Porter. But I think Cassie went about things the right way. And there are some people who feel like, okay, she did this to get the money, not to seek justice. But I disagree with that. In fact, Cassie's lawyer said that Diddy offered her hush money. He offered her about 8 figures, which was over $10 million in hush money. But Cassie did not take the money. Instead, she filed the lawsuit, exposed Diddy's dirty deeds, and she even got a bigger bag. So she won in the situation. And also, she really put a spotlight on how horrible Diddy is. And she corroborated a lot of stories that other people have told about Diddy. And I do think there may be more victims who will come forth and file lawsuits against Diddy, because at this point he made himself look guilty by settling so quickly. So I do think Diddy did get hurt by this. However, he was still able to escape without facing any real repercussions. I mean, he should be in prison for what he did. He really should. So I'm disappointed because I feel like he got away again. You know what I mean? He slipped away again. So I don't know. I don't know if he's ever going to really change, because he knows that his money can get him off the hook. But I will say his reputation at this point has been severely damaged, and it will probably affect him moving forward. Who knows? But I am glad that Cassie got compensated for everything she went through. The money is not going to erase the trauma, but it will at least help provide stability for her and her family. So I wish all the best for Cassie and her family. And I also pray for her safety as well. I really pray for her safety because, listen, I don't want her to end up like Kim Porter. Rest in peace, Kim Porter. Kim Porter was about to write a tell-all book on Diddy, and she mysteriously died. Whew, that's just eerie. Anyway, let me move on and talk about this mind-blowing mess with Will Smith, Jada, and Will's former assistant, Bilaal. Now, Bilaal is coming out with a tell-all book about Will and Jada, and he's calling it Will and Jada's Demonic Circle. He recently sat down with Tasha K on her show Unwind with Tasha K, and he went into detail about his relationship with Will and Jada. Now, Bilaal was friends with Will for almost 40 years, and he was his personal assistant for about 8 years, and they did have a bad fallout over business. He was actually doing marketing for Will's book, and He was working with different brands and companies to put together these gift boxes to give to different celebrities so they could promote Will's book. And he was actually getting paid from this. And allegedly, Jada didn't like this at all. She didn't like the fact that he was getting a cut. And she pretty much ruined his bag. And this is why he's upset to this day. And he's also upset with Will because he feels like Will did not stand up for him. But I could tell that Bilaal has a real vendetta against Jada. He does not like that woman at all. I mean, he talked about how she emasculates Will, talks down on him, makes fun of his manhood, and says he doesn't have a big enough D to please her. Allegedly, she's also very controlling. She replaced a lot of the people that were in Will's circle with her people. So she has complete control over Will, and Will just allows it because Jada has a lot of information on Will. And if he were to ever really leave, he knows she's going to tell all of his secrets, all of his dark secrets. And one of the secrets he has is the fact that he allegedly swings both ways. Now, Bilaal did say that he walked in on Will getting it on with the other actor, Dwayne Martin.
All right, I open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having anal sex with Will. Will was bent over on the couch and Dwayne was standing up, killing him. Murder.
Bilaal also said Will is afraid to leave Jada because he allegedly put hands on Jada for cheating on him with her co-star from Hawthorne, Marc Anthony. And it was rumored that this affair is the reason why Jennifer Lopez and Marc Anthony got a divorce. Now, Will had no problem with swinging and being in threesomes with Jada, allegedly, but he did have a problem when Jada would sleep with other men because he knew deep down inside she was doing that because she allegedly wasn't sexually satisfied with Will. So she was trying to find satisfaction elsewhere, and it made Will feel very insecure. But Bilaal said when Will found out about this affair, he completely lost his mind.
The final straw is when Will came home and caught Jada fucking Marc Anthony on the couch at their home, right? And this devastated Will. And one of the things that Jada has over him, Will lost it and beat the shit out of Jada. I mean, beat the dog shit out of her. He just couldn't take it and he whipped her ass so much that she had to get face surgery and everything. Will don't want that to get out there. That's when she gained supreme control over Will. Will don't even love himself at this point.
He's afraid that she's going to ruin his career.
Of course. Will think, Jada thing to Will is the strap on. So I don't know how that would
Jada
go. But
allegedly pegging Will from the back.
Well,
she owned that nigga.
Yeah.
He's her
and
bitch.
it shows.
So as you could hear, that was some heavy tea. And Bilaal also said there are some SA allegations surrounding Will and Jada, and that's another bombshell. We don't know if this is true or not. I just want to say that we don't know if any of this is true. Jada did say that she and Will are thinking about pursuing legal action against Bilaal. They did mention that they were going to sue. So we will see how everything pans out. But I will say this. You can't put anything past anybody. However, I do question Bilaal's motives. I do think he's scorned and bitter at the fact that his business deals got messed up because of Will and Jada. So now he's coming for them. So this whole thing is really about money for him, in my opinion. This is why he's even peddling this book, because he's trying to get book sales. He wants to make money off of the demise of Will and Jada. So I don't think his motives are completely pure. You always have to question anybody who's motivated by money, because a lot of times they're going to do and say anything to get it. Bilaal was making it seem like Will was so upset that Jada had an affair with Marc, but I have a question. Why was Will hanging out with Marc after the fact? Like, they did a whole song together. So how mad was he about the affair really? Like, we all know that Will and Jada have outside affairs. We know they have outside relationships, and they actually were cool with each other's side pieces. So I do kind of have questions about that story. And, I'm not saying that it's true or false, but I do have questions about it. And even about Jada getting surgery on her face. Jada did have a moment where she was putting a lot of fillers in her face, and this was before Will allegedly pounded her. So I don't know if the facial changes was because he put the pause on her. I just think she had fillers, and once she dissolved those fillers, she went back to looking like her old self. So I don't know. I do question that story. So I don't know if Bilaal is telling the full truth or not. He could be, he could not be. But either way, he's selling a salacious story to get sales. So it's one of those things where you have to sit back and question it a little bit. But also, I'm not going to put anything past Will and Jada either, because this whole Diddy situation really opened up my eyes and really exposed how these people in Hollywood get down for real, for real. So I'm not shocked or surprised about anything at this point. Anyway, tell me what you all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.